The car scene that never sleeps, to the beaches, theme parks, and home to the infamous Florida Man. There is no doubt Florida's car scene is one of the best in the nation. This is Beyond the Wheel.
My first car was a 2000 Ford Mustang GT. That's the first one I bought myself. I was 18 years old. And it was a 5-speed. I chose wisely. I didn't know how to drive stick, but I looked up YouTube videos and tried to figure it out. Had my dad drop me off and kind of limped it back home on my own. And ever since then, just been driving manual vehicles. I moved back to Florida from Utah almost 2 years ago. And definitely going to all these meets, like, you notice that people are a lot more easy to come up to and start chatting, or more willing to talk about their cars and show you what they've got and what they've built, compared to back in Utah, where it was very like cliquey and everybody had their little group, and if you walk up to a group you kind of get pushed off to the side a little bit. Oh yeah, a lot. The most modified one's definitely going to be the Bronco, which ironically is definitely not JDM. But that started life as a Forest Service vehicle with a 5-liter V8 and a manual transmission. Shortly after buying it, swapped in a 5.8, which was offered in that chassis, but never as a manual. So I swapped that in there, put in a fresh manual transmission, and after that it got a full suspension build. So it's like the mid-travel kit from Solo Motorsports over in California. They focus on like Baja type builds. It's more of like a go as fast as you want off-road type of setup, and it's a huge amount of fun. So you've got the remote reservoir custom valve shocks, you've got the beefed up arms over here, you've got the, I'm drawing a blank on the terminology, the radius arms over here with massive Heim bolts. And you can pretty much go as fast as you want off-road with this. It's an absolute blast. Makes great power, sounds fantastic. It sounds like the late 90s, early 2000s NASCAR Ford cars, because they used this exact engine just with more mods. And yeah, this was my daily driver for a minute.
Now that we've talked to Jules and his expansive collection of cars, we move on to Florida's night scene in Brandon, Florida, to speak to two gentlemen who share the same taste in cars and the love of Subaru.
Hi, I'm Lucas.
My name is Patricio. Yeah, I'm 23 years old. How old are you?
I am 20 years old. And what do you do for a living?
Unemployed currently.
Insurance for...
Currently unemployed, but studying engineering, going back to the engineering job sooner. What do you do?
I work in a pharmacy. I'm a pharmacy technician.
Are you going to college currently?
No. We own GC8s.
Yeah, I imported this one from Japan. Took me a while. It was a pain in the ass, broke down. But finally it's running again. I don't plan on doing too much on it because I spend all my money on, things I don't need. Tell us a bit about yourself.
This is my 2000 Subaru Impreza 2.5 RS. I've had it for like a year now. I'm already on my second motor. It takes up all my money, but that's just how Subarus are. I haven't done too much to it. It's stock for the most part. Just cosmetics, really.
Yeah, he's put more effort on his though. Mine was just bought, to be honest.
How long have you had it?
I've had mine for 5 months. Broke down for like 9 months. Broke down for 5 months. Drove it for 3 months. Broke down again. But again, it's running again. It's a 1999 WRX STI. Don't forget about the STI.
All right. So what kind of engine comes in those?
EJ207. I guess it could be one of the most desirable swap engines.
For sure.
It's nice, reliable-ish for a Subaru.
Yeah, that's the engine that I want one day. The EJ25, it's all right. It's slow. I'll get the EJ207 one day.
Essentially, that's our interview. Maybe boring, maybe not. Depends on the audience we have. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
We'll see you in the next YouTube video.
I think this will be the easiest way to do this. So JDM Legends or Tampa JDM Legends or Legends Tampa Originally was two separate groups. There was Legends Tampa, which I started back last summer, and also around the same time, there was Tampa JDM, which Alex Rose started. So one day she messaged me like, hey, you want to sit down and grab some coffee? So we sat down and like, it doesn't make sense to having, I didn't really know anyone over here in the Tampa area. I had my JZX 100 at the time. And I brought my car over to Timeless Expo with a whole bunch of like random right-hand drive cars that we just met over here at, I think it was like a marathon or something. And turns out that a whole bunch of us lived within like 3, 4, 5 miles of each other. So I wanted to figure out a name, so I named it Legends Tampa because there was already a Legends Orlando. So I was like, hey, I had the thought maybe we'll start Legends Tampa here. You know, I have some buddies down south start Legends Miami, and maybe one day annually we can have one huge Legends, you know, Florida. You know, one can dream, but you know, that's pretty much how Tampa JDM Legends started. I just wanted to bring all the JDM cars in the Tampa area together, and so far, like everyone that's come out to our meets, like we're, you know, everyone can tell you like we run more like a family than like a group or crew. So yeah.
I've been on my feet, round,